Back in the United States, another apparition is believed to have been caught on tape. For months, the family inside this Pennsylvania home claimed to hear strange footsteps in the middle of the night. In an attempt to determine the origin of these ghostly noises, the family sets up a video camera in the hallway. This is what it captures. Watch as the glowing shape floats down the corridor, then appears to enter a doorway. What is this phantom menace? Edgar Harris believes that it is the arm of his dead mother who once lived in the house.
She had a tendency to get up and wander at night, so that's probably what she's doing now. She's wandering around.
Why does it seem that his mother is haunting their home? Well, Edgar thinks she's become the guardian spirit of her great-grandson, who now lives there.
I think she comes and watches him when he's in his cradle at night, and just watches over everybody in the house.
Is this really a gentle spirit from beyond? For Edgar, the videotape speaks for itself. But this mystifying footage pales in comparison to what has been captured here, in Greencastle, Indiana. This weird tale begins with these two men, Guy Winters and Terry Lambert. For years, Guy and Terry have heard rumours about a haunted mansion on the outskirts of town.
People would see a ghost of a female, an apparition that would drift down the lane that led to this old house.
Intrigued, the men decide to investigate the deserted house with their own cameras. This is the actual videotape from that unforgettable night.
The storm was going, lightning crashing.
Lightning like I've never seen. It was like dripping plastic out of the sky. Really strange.
And in the clump of trees there was this big two-story old brick mansion, abandoned, kind of dilapidated looking.
Unaware of what awaits them, Guy and Terry go inside.
Everything throwing shadows through the house, so it was pretty eerie. And basically, we took a series of pictures all through the house, the upstairs, downstairs, stairwells.
Terry claims that he then ventured back outside to take more photos.
I took a series of 3 pictures of an upstairs window. And after I took that series of pictures, I went around to the back of the home, and I took a picture of a doorway.
Still in the house, Guy continues his investigation. But suddenly, he feels that he is no longer alone.
I felt this presence come over me, and the smell was like sulfur and roses. Real strong smell.
You hear that? Heartbeat. Pump, 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 pump.
And this heartbeat was in my head, but it wasn't my own heartbeat. I really felt like I was dying. This feeling of anxiety was just overwhelming. And I was afraid I wasn't going to make it out of there.
Guy and Terry run from the house, afraid to stop until they reach the safety of their van. But this ghost story is far from over. When Terry develops the film from his still camera, he's shocked by what he sees. 3 consecutive pictures of what appears to be a woman glowing in a pink light, floating in the 2nd-story window. Another pink shape is captured at the back door.
Pretty much, it blew me away, I have to say. I've never seen anything like that on film.
Could this be the ghost of Greencastle, or merely a photographic abnormality? To find out, Guy and Terry showed the pictures to their friend, photo expert Mick Orman.
What is in the picture came from the negatives. It's very interesting and a little unnerving.
Next, these mysterious images were analysed by a computer graphics expert, Sean Dempsey. It's during Sean's high-tech examination that the photograph reveals another startling secret.
And then I tried something called bas relief, which basically takes the light and dark parts of the picture and emphasizes them. And I got the creepiest thing from this one photo. Her face, and I don't know how else to describe describe it, but that to me just looks like a skull. I've got to be honest, it's either a real photo of a ghost or it was done with a photographic technique that I don't know about.
With experts at a loss for answers, Guy and Terry have their own theory. They now believe they've photographed a real ghost. But if it's true, then whose spirit is it? Guy believes that the Pink Lady is a woman who lived and died here in the early 20th century. Her name, Irene O'Hare, the same name that they found scratched onto one of the bedroom walls. Guy and Terry make more trips to the mansion, but the ghost of Greencastle does not reappear. However, the men capture two other images that are just as difficult to explain. The first is this photograph of what appears to be a woman in a flowing gown. Due to her intense colour, she is known as the Gold Ghost. The second strange event occurs while Guy takes pictures of the mansion. Suddenly, three cloud-like shapes fly by. Is this merely fog or some type of mist? If so, it would need a strong breeze to travel this fast. But Guy's clothes and hair never move, indicating that no wind is blowing. Unfortunately, these and other questions may never be answered, because the mansion was destroyed to make way for this cornfield. But the memories of the Greencastle mansion live on with Guy and Terry, who may have done the unthinkable. Captured images of visitors from the other side.
What awakened me was a smell, a very distinctive smell. It was the body smell of my mother, who had died 9 years ago.
It came and it passed through my body. And as it passed through my body, I felt this incredible sense of joy, release of all worry, tension.
I could feel the air in my ear. I could feel like a vapor going into my ear. She was trying to tell me something. And I screamed. I mean, I screamed because I was so terrified.
On the island of Hawaii lives a 5-year-old girl who seems to have a ghostly guardian. Her name, Carissa. Since she was 4 months old, her family believes that she has been surrounded by a mysterious presence.
She kept looking behind my left shoulder, and she kept giggling. Then I just put her down on the floor. I laid her down on a quilt and took 3 photos of her. And when I had it developed, the pictures came back and there were these 2 ribbon-looking like objects, and she was looking down at it.
No one can see these ghostly images, except in photographs.
I took 2 photos of her in her swing, and when we had the photos developed, they were back in the photos.
Picture after picture, these unusual entities have been captured hovering near Carissa. Her family insists that whatever is behind this phenomenon is not of this world.
Until somebody can give me a really great argument that these aren't what we think they are, then I'm going to believe that they are some sort of being that's allowing us to photograph them.
Of course, the only person who can shed any light on the subject is Carissa, but she's too afraid to talk.
When I put her to bed at night, sometimes she'll say, "They're scaring me." When I question her about it, I can't get any real definite answer out of her.
So for now, Carissa's family says that all they can do is accept these unusual visitors.
What we're seeing in the photos, it's just saying, we're here, we're part of your world. You have to trust and believe in us too. And just because you can't see us with your eyes doesn't mean that we don't exist.
Carissa's story is strangely similar to the film The Sixth Sense.
You know the accident up there?
Yeah.
Someone got hurt.
They did?
A lady. She broke her neck.
Oh my God, but you can see her?
Yes.
Where is she?
Standing next to my window.
In this frightening film, an 8-year-old boy named Cole can see ghosts.
Baby, why are you shaking?
But his mother can see nothing.
Cole, what's wrong?
That is, until she examines photographs of her son. It's then that she realizes in each photo, Cole is seen with a mysterious light, apparitions from another dimension.
I want to tell you my secret now. I see dead people walking around like regular people.
For millions, this is pure entertainment. But for one 6-year-old boy, this big screen ghost story is all too real. His name is Justin Quinn. Like Carissa and the boy in The Sixth Sense, his baby pictures revealed him to be surrounded by unexplained white lights. But as Justin grew older, these ghostly images took on a more human form.
The first experience that I remember was him saying that he saw a man standing in the doorway of his room.
He was standing there, and then he walked away, then walked through the other way.
Justin also claims to have been visited by a second apparition, that of a young girl.
I didn't say anything. I was just scared and going under my covers and peeking under, and then she's still there. And she's coming closer and closer and closer and closer.
James Van Praagh, world-renowned medium and best-selling author of Talking to Heaven, visits the Quinns' Connecticut home in an attempt to make contact with the ghosts.
Hello, how are you? Good.
As cameras roll, Van Praagh meets Justin for the very first time.
Hi, Justin. How are you? Good. When I first walked into this house, I felt definitely a denseness to it, a denseness of the energy in the house. You can sit here. I'll sit up here.
Next, Van Praagh begins the delicate process of questioning the shy boy.
Do you see them stand there?
Yeah, I said one little girl and standing in my room.
What did she look like? Was she blonde hair?
Her had scribbly hair.
I've worked with many, many children, and children are very aware. They're very open. They're very sensitive to the spirit world because they're very close to the spirit world. There's your room.
Justin shows Van Praagh where he first saw images of the man and the little girl.
Oh, this is a nice room. Is this where you saw the little girl?
This is when I was...
You were here. And were you sleeping or were you awake?
Awake.
You were awake.
Every single time I'm awake.
Next, they move to the basement where Justin also claims to have seen the two apparitions.
Are they in that room there?
They're in the closet hiding.
What do you think she likes to play in here?
The toys.
The toys, exactly. She likes the toys.
And sometimes her plays with the game.
Why would these spirits be haunting this otherwise happy home? During Van Praagh's investigation, he senses what could be the answer.
I have a feeling that around this area, this location, was a place where there were gallows. And that might sound very, very strange, but a place where there were people that were killed.
After an hour with the boy, Van Praagh comes to a shocking conclusion. Justin has been seeing ghosts. Van Praagh knows, because he believes he's seen them too. Back in the kitchen, he explains his psychic vision to Justin's mother.
I just tuned in to see what was going on. What I picked up was, I picked up two girls. I picked up also one with long blonde hair, similar to yours but lighter. Okay. And I picked up there was a man holding their hands. And the man I picked up, it was very interesting because it felt like a father figure to me. And I saw a very long, drawn face.
I'm starting to.
His cheeks are much thinner.
Yeah.
Van Praagh describes the spirits to a police sketch artist.